welcome one and all in here, out there, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. It has been over a week now, right? Since Republicans ousted Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy in favor of their preferred leader, madness. Yesterday, it seemed like the House GOP finally got their act together and nominated Louisiana Congressman and man in Mars atmosphere without a helmet, Steve Scalise. Huge moment for Scalise for about 5 minutes when it became clear that he lacks the votes needed to win the gavel. You see, he needs 217 to become Speaker. But in the nominating round, he only got 113. I'm no math man. That sounds like less. Scalise can only afford to lose 4 votes total, right? Okay, 4 votes. And right now, at least a dozen Republicans are refusing to ever back him. Some are against him because in 2002, Scalise spoke at an event founded by former Ku Klux Klan leader and current white nationalist David Duke, though Scalise later denied knowing that the event was affiliated with neo-Nazis. Ironclad defense. Oh, neo-Nazis. I thought you said no-Nazis. Sorry, it was hard to hear what those guys were saying through the hoods. One never Scaliser is South Carolina Representative Nancy Mace, who went on Jake Tapper's Tappity Tap Time to explain who she would support.
I think Jim Jordan is not out of the mix. I've talked to a lot of people who still support him. I've actually talked to Democrats who trust him at his word. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility.
Jim Jordan?
Yes, I've talked to Democrats over the last week on who do they trust, even though they wouldn't agree with him on many issues. He is someone.
The Jim Jordan from Ohio?
Oh.
I've never seen Jake Tapper that surprised. Jimmy, can you play the rest of that tape?
Jim Jordan from Ohio?
Oh, yes, the Jim Jordan from Ohio.
Now, since the Republicans evidently cannot settle on someone to bring in for the job, they're considering hiring a temp. And this is true. Reportedly, there was talk in the GOP meeting of putting in a temporary speaker for 90 days to provide more time to figure out a plan. They could even give the temp job to the old guy. You can see it all on the sexy new reality show, 90 Day McCarthy. To add insults to unpopularity, Steve Scalise is even getting the cold shoulder from New York Representative and airbrush American George Santos. Last night, George Santos tweeted, "It's just past 9:40 p.m., and I've yet to hear from the speaker-designate, so I've come to the conclusion that my vote doesn't matter to him. I'm now declaring that I'm an anyone but Scalise, and come hell or high water, I won't change my mind." Wow. I haven't seen him this upset since he lost the NBA championship to Michael Jordan and the Toon Squad. Earlier he played for the Monstars. He played for the Monstars. Dangerous in the paint. Earlier this week, Santos was indicted for credit card fraud and identity theft, and as a result, a group of New York Republicans have moved to expel Santos from the House. Okay, I understand. That may be exciting to you, but if the Republicans kick him out, they will lose the entire Santos caucus. George Santos, Anthony DeVolder, Katara Ravache, Batman, and Admiral Ludwig von Pseudonym. One New York Republican declared Santos is not fit to serve in the House of Representatives. He's a stain on the institution, adding he is also a stain on our state. Coincidentally, a stain on our state is also the official model of the Port Authority bus terminal. Model. There you go. No, that's all right. Don't. Please. For his part, Santos told the press he was going nowhere, saying, "They can try to expel me, but I pity the fools that go ahead and do that and think that's the smartest idea." You pity the fools? First identities, now you're stealing catchphrases? What you talking about, Santos? Hey. Speaking of fools, Donald Trump. He is still out on bail and hitting the trail. down in West Palm Beach, Florida, last night. He comforted a troubled world rocked by recent tragedy.
This is the worst microphone I think I've ever had. I hope you can hear me back there. Justin, don't pay the bill for this mic. I'm blowing out my voice talking to this stupid mic. This is the worst mic I've ever had.
That is the hardest he's been on a mic since Pence. Wow. I'm not sure what to make of that. I'm not sure what their reaction was. That was neither approval nor laughter. That was like, I'm mad at you that I enjoyed that. He complained on.
Turn up the mic. Is it okay? And then I don't pay a bill and they say, Trump doesn't pay his contractors. You know? It's unbelievable. It's a rotten, lousy mic. The state of it, but it's not my deal. It's not my deal. I have a good mic. I always have. You don't have a good mic, it's a very difficult deal. You walk out for 2 weeks, you're talking, you say, what the hell happened to his voice? The state of Israel is a blessing to the world. Our prayers are with them now.
That was an abrupt. That was. The lighting here is terrible. The deli spread is warm, and they don't have any name brand soda unless you count RC soda, which I do not. Nana loved life and was taken too soon. But then he laser focused on the Middle East, and it got worse.
I read all of Biden's security people. Can you imagine? National defense people. And they said, gee, I hope Hezbollah doesn't attack from the north because that's the most vulnerable spot. I said, wait a minute. You know, Hezbollah is very smart. They're all very smart. The press doesn't like when they say it. You know, I said that President Xi of China, 1.4 billion people, he controls it with an iron fist. I said, he's a very smart man. They killed me the next day. I said he was smart. What am I going to say? But Hezbollah, they're very smart.
Does he know he doesn't have to compliment all the most evil people who have ever lived? Say what you will, and they hate when I say this, Stalin had great teeth, okay? They get mad. They say, oh, why does he say he must have flossed? He was a great flosser, Stalin. What am I going to say? He got right up in the gum line, okay? Very good flosser. 4 out of 5 dentists agree. FDR, gingivitis. That's it. They wouldn't show his gums on TV. So bad he couldn't walk. Trump also had this bold prediction for 2024.
When we win next November, it will be an epic political earthquake, the likes of which the world has never seen before. If we don't win, this country is going to be fire hell.
Oh, no. Not fire hell. That's the most famous hell. That's the brand name hell. That's so much worse than Kirkland's signature, heck. So let me get this straight. If he wins, epic earthquake. If he loses, fire hell. He really does think that he's the alpha and the omega. When I die, everybody dies, okay? When I blink, everybody dies for just a little bit, okay? Then they're back. Look, dead, alive, You're dead, you're alive, you're dead, you're alive. Dead, alive, dead, alive. And folks, let me ask you this. Can you believe this microphone? Trump might have a problem when it comes to this election. You see, in several states, including Colorado, Minnesota, Michigan, New Hampshire, Arizona, Florida, and West Virginia, he's facing lawsuits seeking to have him disqualified from the ballot under the 14th Amendment. Obviously, everyone here knows about the 14th Amendment. For those of you out there who don't know the amendments like we do, the 14th is the one right between the 13th and the 15th. And the 14th Amendment prohibits those who have engaged in insurrection against the United States from holding elected office in what's known as the Insurrection Clause, which is also the title of Tim Allen's worst Christmas movie. We got a great show for you tonight. My guest is John Mulaney.